Hello YouTube. Here's the start of the comparison between my son's Rtic 45, which I'm assuming means 45 quart, and my Coleman Marine Coastal Xtreme Series 40 quart cooler. And I've put one 2-liter drink and 12 water bottles in each cooler to give you an idea of the volume, and plus just visual representation as the ice melts. I'm going to load them up with ice and just see how many days they'll last under varying conditions. Today is March the 2nd. It's about 60 something degrees, sunny and windy. Neither the drinks nor the coolers have been pre-cooled. In fact, the coolers were in the back of my car for about 15 minutes while I drove to the store to get the drinks. Now I'm going to load them up with ice. Here are both coolers with 20 pounds of ice. One thing I found out already, you cannot put a 2-liter upright in the Rtic 45. The lid won't shut. And I should also say that the Coleman got almost 20 pounds. When I was loading the ice from a bulk loader, some of it spilled. But anyway, here we go. Today is Friday, March the 2nd. It's 1 p.m. We're going to start the comparison between the Rtic 45 and the Coleman Marine Coastal Xtreme 40 quart. Stay tuned. Okay, it's been 24 hours. We've passed day 1 on the cooler comparison. The coolers have been in the hatchback of my car since yesterday. So anyway, we're going to take the coolers out, open them up, and see where we are. Okay, here we are. I'm going to open up the coolers and see what it looks like. Okay, there's the Coleman after 24 hours. Here's the Rtic after 24 hours. So here they are in the, I tried to see if the Pepsi bottle and the 2-liter bottle in the Rtic would stand up straight, that maybe I'd done something wrong yesterday, but I double checked and that's still correct. A 2-liter bottle will not stand upright in the Rtic 45. The ice level looks comparable. I think maybe tomorrow I'll drain off the water and just see what volume of ice has melted. We're at the end of day 2, and actually it's almost been 51 hours. The coolers, they're here at the edge of my garage, and as you can see, they're in direct sun. They got 2 or 3 hours of direct sun yesterday and another hour today. So here's the Coleman. Try to set everything up. A lot of water, still half ice. Here's the Rtic. Seems to have maybe some more ice, but a lot of water as well. Sorry for the crappy one-handed camera shots. Like I said, now I'm going to close them up, drain off the water, see how much ice we've lost. I've drained the water off, and a couple of comments or observations. I don't know if it's something my son did to it or if all Rtic drain plugs are hard to get open. And I couldn't even screw it all the way out. I just opened it enough to let the water drain out, and it was spraying everywhere, and we lost some water when you open and close it. And on the Coleman, the drain plug, when you pull it loose, it opens down instead of up. So again, when you initially open it, water hits that drain plug, so I had to hold it out of the way. So I had a little spillage from both coolers, but the results were the Rtic, I got 20 cups of water, which is 5 quarts or 1 gallon and an additional quart. And the Coleman had 3 1/4 cups more water than the Rtic. Now let's see if we can get a better camera shot and kind of set up the bottles and give you an idea of what's going on ice-wise. Here. Spread the ice around a little bit. Okay, see you at the end of day 3. It's the end of the 3rd day now. We're at 72 hours. I'm going to check and see what the ice looks like. And just in case anybody noticed, I pre-opened the coolers before I start the video. They're shut all the rest of the time. Check the Rtic. There it is. There. All right, well, there's a water bottle. Let me try one more time, see if the... Nope. Will not close. Still a good bit of ice. Now let's check the Coleman. 72 hours, and there it is. Okay, so Coleman and the Rtic, 72 hours. Check it again tomorrow. Well, it's day 4. We're going to check, drain the water off one more time and see what we've got. This last day, the coolers have been in my garage. Today it's raining and like maybe mid-50s. So let's check the ice and water. There it is. And the Rtic, mostly water with a little ice. And then in the Coleman, same thing. Wow. A little more water, a little bit of ice. All right, to recap, at the end of the first 2 days, I drained off the water, and the Rtic had 20 cups, and the Coleman had 23 1/4 cups. So 3 1/4 cups more ice had melted. Today, after day 3 and 4, the Rtic had 11 3/4 of a cup, and the Coleman had 13 3/4 of a cup, or 2 cups more of ice had melted off. So at the end of 4 days, you can see that there's a little bit of ice, more ice than was in the Coleman. Here's the Coleman, and it really just has ice sort of scattered around a little bit on the bottom. Okay, and here are the coolers with all the drinks taken out. And I tried to spread the ice around. It's really not even, I don't think, an inch, maybe an inch along the bottom. And of course the Coleman, like I said, just has a few melting shards left over. This is going to be the end of my test. I'm going out of town. I won't be back for 3 days, and I know there wouldn't be anything left at that point. Observations. Again, the Rtic cooler had to use 2 hands at one point to turn the drain plug to get it open. And of course the water spilled. My son got the Rtic for approximately $120 on sale at least a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I bought my Coleman for $59.99 off of Walmart.com with free shipping. For the price and my intended use, I like my Coleman. I like the cube shape space-wise. It does have a telescoping handle and wheels so you can roll it. You can sit on the lid. Now the Rtic, you can run a lock through it. You could lock it shut. It is bigger. It is heavier. Like I said, a 2-liter drink will not stand upright in the cooler. And it has a little more ice than the Coleman, but for me, not enough to justify the price. Thanks for watching.